Hello guys, today I want to present a new component on my Livewire Kit. This project was kind of on hold and almost abandoned for 5 months. I didn't release any new components because partly no one really requested that and I didn't have too many ideas and was busy on other projects. But recently I got a few ideas from you guys, so today I'm presenting number 40. There was 39 components and maybe by the time that video airs there will be 41 because I have another in progress. But what we're talking about today, last in the list, the new one is like reaction bookmark. In this video I will show you how it works, what is the code openly, and if you want to get the code as well as other 39 components, the price is $39, one-time purchase for all the components. It's not a membership and it will actually include all the components I will release in the future because you will get access to the GitHub. Now the component of, as I called it, like love bookmark, which is all about reactions on a post, like social media post or blog post. So this line is Livewire component, also upgrading and updating some data on other parts of the page, like for example bookmarks. So for example, in this case, the logged in user bookmarked that post for reading later, for example, but you can unbookmark and that number changes on top. So that is another Livewire component using events between each other. So you can bookmark or unbookmark. Also you can like and unlike. That number changes then here. And then there are reactions. So you can add heart or add like sadness or whatever emotions. So you can click or unclick each of them. And for that, by the way, I used a specific Laravel package. I will show you that in a minute. So what's inside the code? In the blade file of Laravel project, it loads a few Livewire components. It extends the Tailwind layout, but actual component, if you purchase that, has two versions, Tailwind and Bootstrap. So it uses just regular layout with two Livewire components. One of them on top is Bookmark Count without any parameters. So how many bookmarks does the user have? And then at the bottom, there's reaction component with post as a parameter. Let's start with the Bookmark Count as it's more simple. So in the Bookmark Count, you just mount the user, which is just fake user from the seeders in the demo. It should be a logged in user. And then it renders the template with calculating the bookmarks of that user. You can calculate it yourself in the mount or use with count or something like that. It's just a has-many relationship of bookmarks table. And then in the blade file of that bookmark count component, we just show that number and also show the word of bookmark or bookmarks with plural depending on that number from Laravel str class. And then important, that bookmark count has an event listener. So it will re-render the component, basically refreshing the number, if that update bookmark count is called from anywhere on the page, from other Livewire component, which leads us to that another Livewire component of reactions. In the reactions, we have quite a lot of variables. It's a bit more complicated, and I will get to that in a minute. But one method of toggle bookmark, for example, it calls the event, emits the event called update bookmark count. That's why it is caught in that another component of bookmark count and updates the number. Now, reactions. Generally for reactions, I've used a package. If we go to composer.json, maze tech Laravel markable. This is the package on GitHub. You can use that for bookmarks, favorites, likes, reactions, and others. To use that package, you just add a trait to your model, use markable, and that provide what marks do you actually use. In my case, I used like, bookmark, and reaction classes. And then in the mount method of the component, we actually calculate the initial values, load the user, which again should be the logged in user, and then like has, bookmark has, this comes from that package. So does that post have a like from that user, or has a bookmark from that user or not? Also, you can calculate likes count, for example. And finally, has reacted to specific reaction or not. So we have all those initial values, and then when you click something in the blade file, if we go to reactions blade, we operate with those numbers of has liked and likes count to show the number and button like, unlike. And then when you click something, the button with different class, for example, is attached to wire click toggle reaction. Let's take a look at what toggle reaction is. First, we return if that reaction is not in the list that we actually allow, and then call one method from that package, toggle the post from this user with specific reaction. And then we update the local variable of the Livewire component, so we wouldn't have to query the database each time. So same thing, toggle reaction, toggle bookmark really similarly, and toggle like. With toggle like, we also need to calculate the count of likes. And then we just render the template, which uses all those variables, all those properties from the component. So that's it, pretty simple demo of Livewire component, which uses events between each other two components. And if you want to get that code along with other 39 components, like for example, upvoting, downvoting post, dashboard with live updates, multi-step form, table inline editing, and a lot of stuff I've created actually back in 2021, but it's still working because Livewire is stable. And I've tweeted about that actually recently, that I love Livewire because most of the components and articles and tutorials from 2020 still work in 2022 without any breaking changes. So anyway, if you want to get all of that, go to livewirekit.com. And that's it for this time. See you guys in other videos.